Under the Neon Moon. Las Vegas Stories.
The suite was not the prize. The suite was the signal. I did not arrive in Las Vegas expecting special treatment. I arrived expecting anonymity. That expectation lasted exactly 6 hours. I came in on a Wednesday afternoon with $27,000 in cash and a loose plan. 2 nights. 1 full day. Fly home Friday morning. I checked into a strip property that tries very hard to feel upscale without actually being exclusive. Polished marble. Low lighting. A lobby that smells like perfume and money. I put $15,000 in the safe. I left the rest on the desk. That was my working stack. That was what I told myself I could afford to lose. I went downstairs before dinner. That is always when I play best. Before the drinks. Before the crowd. Before the night decides what it wants. I started at blackjack. $100 minimum. 6 decks. Dealer hit soft 17. I bought in for $5,000. The dealer nodded. No commentary. The first shoe went my way. Not wildly. Just clean. Blackjack on the first hand. A double that landed. A split where both hands won. I stayed calm. I did not chase. I did not celebrate. By the end of the shoe I was up $1,800. I should have left that table. Instead, I stayed because things were working. The second shoe was better. Dealer busted 3 times. I doubled soft hands and caught paint. The table stayed quiet. People watch quietly when the money is moving. At 8:30 I was up 6,000. That was the first time a pit boss stopped behind the table. He did not say anything. He did not need to. He stayed for 3 hands. I won 2. Lost 1. He nodded once and walked away. That was when the night shifted from invisible to observed. I cashed out and walked. I told myself I would reset. Eat. Come back later. I never made it to dinner. A woman in a tailored black suit approached me near the bar. She used my name. That is how you know you are no longer anonymous. She introduced herself as a host. She asked if I was enjoying my stay. I said yes. She told me they had reviewed my play. She told me they would like to make my stay more comfortable. She offered to upgrade my room to a suite. No charge. No obligation. I knew what that meant. I said yes anyway. The suite was large. Too large. Sitting area. Dining table. A bathroom bigger than my apartment. A bottle of champagne waited in ice. A note welcomed me by name. This was not a gift. It was an investment. I showered. I changed. I stood by the window and looked down at the strip. I told myself I would enjoy the room and stop playing for the night. I told myself that very clearly. At 10:15 my phone rang. It was the host. She asked if I was rested. She asked if I would like a table reserved. High limit. Private. She said it like it was a favor. It was pressure. I said I would come down for a little while. That was the second hinge. The private room was quieter. Fewer tables. Heavier felt. Minimums that make your mistakes expensive immediately. I bought in for $10,000. The dealer was efficient. No personality. Just hands. The first few hands went poorly. Loss. Loss. Push. Loss. I raised the bet. I did not want to look timid. That was the mistake. Not the raise. The reason. I won a double. Then lost 2 hands. Then won 1. The room stayed silent. Silence is heavy when the stakes are high. At 11:30 I was down 4,000. The host stopped by. She asked if everything was okay. She smiled. I said yes. I was lying. She said they appreciated my play. She said they would take care of dinner. That was kindness wrapped around a hook. I ordered food I barely touched. I stayed seated. I told myself I needed 1 clean run to reset the night. It did not come. By midnight I was down 9,000. I stood up. I said I was done. The host suggested baccarat. She said it moved smoother. She said many guests preferred it. She said it casually. It was not casual. I followed her. The baccarat table felt ceremonial. Red felt. Low voices. Chips stacked neatly. I bought in for 8,000. Banker. 500 a hand. The first shoe chopped. Win. Loss. Win. Loss. I stayed even for 10 minutes and then lost 3 in a row. I raised to 800. That was desperation dressed as confidence. I won 1. Lost 2. Lost another. At 1:30 I was down 15,000 for the night. I should have gone upstairs. The suite was waiting. The safe still held money. Instead, I stayed because leaving felt like failure. The host checked in again. She told me I still had strong play. She told me the night was young. The night was not young. I was tired. At 2 a.m. I crossed the line I said I would not cross. I pulled money from the safe. I told myself it was temporary. Nothing in casinos is temporary. The next hour erased whatever discipline I thought I had. Hands blurred. Decisions stacked. Losses compounded. I lost 6,000 in 40 minutes. I stood. I walked. I sat again. The dealer asked if I wanted to take a break. I said no. By 3:30 I was down $22,000. The host stopped coming by. That is how you know the investment failed. I cashed out what was left. A small stack. Embarrassing. I went upstairs. The suite was silent. The champagne was warm. The view meant nothing. I sat at the dining table and did the math. I arrived with 27,000. I was leaving with 5. I slept badly. I checked out early. At the front desk they thanked me for staying. They asked if everything was satisfactory. I said yes. On the plane home, I realized something. The suite was never the reward. It was the wait. They did not trap me. They did not force me. They just made it harder to walk away. The story ended there. Casinos do not need to threaten you. They just need to make you feel important long enough to forget why you came.
Before you cash your chips, like and subscribe for more stories.